Good morning and welcome to Fit News. I'm Jen from Fit with Shaver, and I help women learn to make exercise work with their fluctuating hormones, not against, by doing the right exercises at the right time and the right intensity. So this morning I want to chat about flexibility. And I don't mean can you touch your toes flexibility. I mean flexibility when it comes to your exercise and when it comes to your eating plan. So that's the flexibility we're going to dive into today. Let's start first with flexibility when it comes to your eating plan. Let's say that you are someone who likes to track your calories. Well, I'm not a big fan of calorie tracking. I'm more a fan of tracking your protein to make sure you're getting enough of it, and tracking your fiber, again, to make sure you're getting enough of it. There are some that like to track their calories. Let's say you are a calorie tracker. It is so important that you are flexible with that, okay? The reason why is flexibility leads to sustainability, okay? Listen here. If you're tracking calories, and let's say that you get to the end of the day and you are just ravenous, okay? And you could just eat anything. But you look at your calorie tracker, whether that's your piece of paper, yeah, I'm kind of old school, or maybe you use an app. Let's say you look at that and you're like, oh no, I only have 100 calories, but I'm starving. What are you gonna do? This is why I suggest it's important that you track your protein and your fiber, because if you're tracking those two things, you're less likely to run into this situation. But if you do run into this situation, what I advise you to do is not to starve your body, okay? If you're trying to lose weight, yes, you're going to have hunger pains, and that's normal. But if you get to the point where you are fatigued all the time because you're not eating enough calories, because you're worried about your calorie tracker, or you get to the point where you're just not able to you can't think straight because you're so hungry, then yes, you need to eat, okay? But this flexibility, because ladies, guess what? During that luteal phase of your cycle, you are going to need an extra 100 to 300 calories, okay? If you're worried about this calorie tracker, okay, it's going to kind of lead you down that binging road, because when you starve yourself, in the end, what ends up happening is you end up overeating. But if you make sure that you're getting at least 30 grams of protein, at least that's our minimum for 3 meals a day, and you're getting at least 25, again the minimum, grams of fiber a day, we're setting ourselves up for success. Because guess what? There's going to be days when, we are more hungry and we're going to need to eat, and we should feed our bodies. But just as there are days when we are ravenous and want to eat everything in the fridge besides that moldy leftover in the corner, there are also going to be days when, you know what, I'm really not that hungry. You still want to make sure you get your protein and your fiber in that day, but I might not need as much that day, as many calories that day. So that's the point of being flexible, because when we're not flexible, it leads us down an unsustainable path with our eating, because we will end up overeating if we're worried about following a calorie and not listening to our bodies, because our bodies will tell us what they need and how much they need, okay? So flexibility leads to sustainability when we're talking about our food. Talk about our exercise. This is a really big one on why it is important to be flexible with your exercise plan. Whether you are someone who is training for everyday strength, or you are someone who is training for a certain competition or event, you're probably following a plan. In fact, you need to be following a plan, not just willy-nilly finding random exercises to do. But we're talking about flexibility with your plan. So when you look at that plan, and let's say that you wake up one day and you're like, I'm just not feeling it today. I want you to listen to your body. Is your body saying, I'm just not feeling really committed today? Or is your body saying, I'm feeling really exhausted because I'm having extra stress at work, I have extra stress at home today, I've been working out really hard and that has stressed me. So you need to listen to your body. What is it telling you? Is it telling you that you're on the verge of being overtrained? Or is it telling you, I just don't really feel like it today because I'd rather sit and drink my coffee on the couch with my computer. There's a difference. And you need to find that difference and listen to your body. So if the plan calls for you to do some workout that you're just like, oh, I don't know that my body's going to make it through that, why is that? Are you tired and you do need to rest? Or is it, I just really don't feel like it and I'm having a undisciplined moment? This is why you need to listen to your body, okay? Distinguish between the difference and follow what your body is telling you, not what that paper is telling you. Because if it's your body that's telling you, wow, I'm really exhausted and I'm almost feeling like I just am overtrained, that's the day when you look at your schedule and you be flexible. You say, oh, look, on Thursdays I normally do yoga or stretching or a nice swim, a nice easy walk. Maybe I should do that today and take today's workout and switch it to Thursday. That's the flexibility that we're talking about. We're not talking about throwing the plan out the window. We're not talking about not following the plan at all. We're talking about being flexible with the plan. Because when we're not flexible with the plan, when it comes to our exercise, what happens is it leads us down the dark road of injury. Okay? So, let's say you wake up and you've got a little niggle in your hamstring. And you're like, oh, I have a really hard workout today. And I know that there's a lot of squats in there. There's a lot of lunges. Maybe today's not the day to be doing that. Maybe this is when you say, I need to do something else on the schedule. I'll save this workout for another day. Not that push through the pain, you're strong. Because that's what can take you down that injury road. And guess what happens when you get to the injury road? It leads to inconsistency. So if you want to be consistent with your exercise, you need to listen to your body. Our bodies are amazing. They're amazing at telling us what they want. They're amazing at healing us. Hey, guess what? They grow humans, ladies. We grow humans. That's freaking amazing. So your body knows what it needs. The problem is we have a lot of trouble listening to what our bodies are telling us. But when we start to listen to what our bodies are telling us is when we become flexible with our plan, that's when we will see the results. Because our bodies will be producing those results for us because we're giving them what they want and what they need. So make sure that you're not listening to just what's on a piece of paper or in an app, that you're listening to what your body is telling you. You're still going to challenge yourself. You're not throwing the plan out the window. You're not saying, oh, I'm just going to eat the whole bag of chips because I'm really hungry today. You're going to look for nutrient-dense foods. You're going to look for a snack that's, balanced with carbs, fat, and protein. You're not going to grab the junk, okay? And on those days that the body's not feeling like working out, let's say you're new to exercise and you wake up after your workout the next day and you're like, oh, I'm feeling really sore. You got DOMS. Muscle soreness is not a bad thing, but it doesn't mean that you should just do nothing. Okay, there's a difference between soreness and injury pain, right? So if you do find that you're a little sore after a workout, that next day, that's a good day to do some stretching or light recovery. A nice bike ride, a nice walk, an easy swim, any type of easy activity that still gets those muscles moving. Yoga, Pilates, any of that stuff. So don't throw the plan out the window. Look for flexibility in the plan. How can you make the plan work for you and your body when it comes to your fueling and when it comes to your exercise? Listen to your body. It knows what it wants. It knows what it needs. Just be flexible. Make it a great week. I'll see you next week for more Fit News.